Welcome back. A group calling itself Concerned Teachers' Voice has trashed calls by Teachers Union of Malawi TUM for teachers.
An immediate demand on fresh post.
Concurring with Chitukuta, another concerned teacher, Innocent Kamefu, said the strike is not the only solution in resolving problems faced by teachers. He says before coming up with decisions, TUM should learn to get views of all teachers rather than imposing things which are not welcomed. Meanwhile, the grouping says TUM should give an accountability report about the 500 kwacha contribution the organization deducts from teachers monthly.
Authorities at Rumpi District Council have resolved to ban organizations dealing with environmental-related projects if they plan to implement the projects in the district without the aspect of empowering communities economically. The council says they want organizations to address issues of environmental degradation, historically arguing planting trees alone is not a solution. Rumpi District is one of the districts which have been hit hard by deforestation due to charcoal burning and tobacco farming. From Zuzu, Sam Kadimira reports.
Katobola Hills, which lies along Ngonga and Muhuju areas, had a thick forest and was a home of wild animals as it borders with Nyika National Park to the west. However, the hills are now almost bare. Rumpi District Council Director of Planning and Development, Frank Mkandavire, said despite the council and other stakeholders have been planting many trees for the past years, people still cut down trees with a need for charcoal burning business and firewood. Kandavire said only projects that will be looking at empowering communities will also be allowed to implement environmental-related projects, arguing it is the best way of arresting deforestation challenge.
We need to take a holistic approach in terms of environmental protection, and the key drivers range from economic to social and various other issues. So a project that comes into an area, in this case in our district, has got to be holistic, so that it take into consideration all the key drivers that are there and that are perpetuating the environmental degradation.
Meanwhile, Livingstonia Synod Development Program is implementing a project whereby it is empowering communities economically by, among others, training them in livestock farming, making fuel-efficient stove, and making sure that each household has a woodlot. Moses Nkhani from Muhuju area is one of the beneficiaries.
To use at home, it means you must have your own woodlot here in the village. You cannot go somewhere to cut trees. It's risking to be a solution, because it's one way of teaching some of the farmers to form that farmers should have their own woodlot.
Livingstonia Synod Development Program Board Chairperson Stella Mwangonde said if the project can be implemented, the whole Malawi, the country can bring back the lost forest.
This project will protect that wanton cutting down of trees. It will make people look after, because every farmer here has got their own woodlot.
The project is also encouraging horticulture and managing of available indigenous trees.
The Sanje District Agriculture Office has urged farmers in the district to engage in agribusiness for economic transformation. The remarks were made when Wangisa Production and Marketing Society Limited received certificate to now operate as a cooperative to enhance its recognition as a legal business entity. Isaac Salima with a full story.
Hastings Masiampoka from Group Village Head Mbenje in traditional Third and Gabu in Nsanje district has been a millet and sorghum farmer for some time. However, despite putting much effort in the farming, he was not getting enough returns after selling the harvest. But the story is different, as Masiampoka is now a shining example among village folks. He bought cattle, owns an ox cart, and had his house electrified. This is all after Concern Worldwide introduced him to orange sweet potato farming, where he is able to sell harvested potatoes and seeds to companies and vendors. Masia Mpoka is one of the members of Wangisa Production and Marketing Society Limited, which has now graduated to a cooperative and is practicing agribusiness. Concern Worldwide has since 2017 been implementing a graduation model project targeting the most rural poor households in the district, aimed at building more resilience to climatic shocks. Tommy Jimpazi is Concern Worldwide District Programs Manager.
As an organization, we're able to build resilience for the vulnerable households and the poor communities to achieve some better strides on the resilience against the weather-related shocks, and as well reduce inequalities for the households. We had to encourage and support the farmers to form the associations. At the same time, after we realized that they are growing big and better, it's when we encourage them to graduate from an association to a cooperative.
Whiton Fole, Nsanje District Principal Agriculture Officer, said it is pleasing that more farmers are engaging in agribusiness.
It's good that I was among the people witnessing this important occasion of handing over the certificate to Wangisa Produce and Marketing Cooperative, which to me, or as a council, it's a step ahead towards having more farmer groups that are engaging in agribusiness. Previously, yes, we had indeed, most of the farmers did not have, we are not interested to work in groups, but right now we have seen the number of farmers willing to work in groups increasing to an extent that at least previously we used to have one cooperative from East Bank, that's in Makanga EPA, but now the number has been increasing, and now we are talking that the cooperative that we were here for is now bringing the total number to 9, meaning that indeed their interest to work in groups and to be in cooperatives is indeed increasing.
Petro Zwaki, chairperson of Wangesa Cooperative, held the project, which he said has transformed more farmers in the district. The graduation model program has a package of interventions such as cash transfer, resilient building, or aimed at supporting households to withstand climate shocks. The project finishes next month.
In sports news, Malawi national football team, the Flames, have qualified for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations finals after beating Uganda 1-0 at Kamuzu Stadium on Monday. Richard Mbulu headed a Stanley Sanudi cross past Ugandan goalkeeper Denis Onyango in the first half to book Flames a ticket to the finals slated for Cameroon. This is the third time for the Flames to qualify for the finals, having qualified for the event in 2010 and 1984. Peter Forte has the report.
There was drama at the Kamuzu Stadium when Mozambican referee Celso Avacao blew the last whistle, with the entire VIP section sent into frenzy with dancing. Meki Mwase, who is the third Malawian coach to qualify for AFCON finals, praised God and his charges for the victory. Flames Limbikani Mzava was also